I'm going to show you the easiest, fastest, least expensive way to turn these oxidized headlights into clean looking brand new headlights. This Mother's aluminum and mag wheel polish is amazing at cleaning off the oxidation. All you're going to need is some masking tape, window cleaner, the Mother's aluminum polish, and maybe some shop towels or a microfiber towel. In the past, I've used these kits that consist of sanding the headlight and then buffing it out with the cream, but it's super difficult to do without scratching or marring your headlights the first or second time you try it. This method is much easier. Okay, so what I'm about to do now is I'm about to take these headlights that have been oxidized and polished multiple times, and I'm going to try something different. Over the years, I used to use those tools that you would get at like the auto parts store or Harbor Freight, where you would polish out your headlights using sandpaper and then polishing compound. So today I'm going to be using this mag and aluminum polish from Mother's, and you can get this at the auto parts store for about $6 or $7. Last week I did the headlights on my Cadillac and they looked brand spanking new, and it was much easier. I didn't have to worry about scratching it with the sandpaper from the kits. So I'm going to do the same thing on the Lexus. So the first thing you do is you get some tape and you take the tape and mask off the headlights like I did here, and then the next step is merely just polish out the headlight. So the first step is you're going to clean off these headlights. I just came back from the car wash, but now I'm going to wash off as much grime as I can with a little shop towel and just some Windex or whatever cleaner you like to use. Just scrubbing off whatever the car wash didn't get off. Alright, as you can see that there was plenty of dirt still left on it. So next step, put some polish on and polish it up. So what I do is I just take the little shop towel, because you know you're just going to dispose of this when it's all done, so getting like a microfiber towel seems like a waste of time. So I'm going to put a little polish on the shop towel here and just rub it in with a little elbow grease. You really don't need any power tools to do this. You could literally just do it like this. I have a little polishing tool that I have left over from one of those headlight kits, where I can just, after I get the heavy stuff off, all the heavy grime and oxidation, I can polish it up at the end to make it look really nice. And all I need is my drill and that little polishing bit. As you can see here, just that little bit took off a pretty decent amount of oxidation. So that was the first pass there, and as you can see, this area was finished, this one wasn't. So as this project goes, I'll keep sharing my progress, but just keep at it. I'm going to switch out and use the other side here and keep the project going. So this is the first pass that I did. My headlights are really damaged. They're even pitted on the inside. But as you can see, with just the first pass and some elbow grease, it looks pretty clean. Look at all the oxidation that came off. So I'm going to do it again with a clean towel and some more, and we'll see the result of the second part. You don't need that much. You know, headlights are small, and this is made for like mag wheels and stuff, so it goes pretty far. So you can see, got a pretty decent amount of oxidation still coming off. I do a little section at a time here. I did half the headlight, then I'll do the other half, and probably polish it when I'm all finished. So here you go, more oxidation, cleaning it off. This is the second pass, and I'm going to do the same thing to this headlight, and then I'm probably going to get out a little drill and a buffing pad, and I'll show you what the final result looks like. See all the oxidation coming off? First pass. Just elbow grease here. No need to use a polishing pad or drill attachment if you don't have it. All right, so now I'm going to remove the polish. This is the first pass, remember. There we go. First pass. Looks pretty good. All elbow grease. I'm going to get up around the edges here real good. And that'll probably be it for that headlight. So this is the oxidized one that has not been polished yet. And this is the oxidized one that has been polished just by hand with the shop towel and the aluminum polish. Alright, so now that I've done a couple by hand, I'm going to get out this old polishing pad that I got with one of my previous kits that I used, where it had sandpaper at first, and then they give you this polishing cream afterwards. So I'm just going to use this polishing pad because I'm old and I get tired just rubbing with my hands, and you'll see the final result. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my old drill and my polishing pad, and I'm going to put some polishing compound on there. And let's see how that turns out. It looks like it's better to put the polishing compound on the glass and then let the pad pick it up. So that's what we're going to do. You can see the polishing pad got into it real good, but it also, when you get to the edge, it kind of lifts your tape, so be careful. You don't want to be rubbing that polishing pad against like a plastic or chrome covering. Looks like a pretty decent result. Like I said, it's only $6 for the compound, and I'm using shop towels here so I can just dispose of them. Not have to worry about wiping off the microfiber towel. But it cut really good and got that oxidation off. This car is a 2008. And I've polished the headlight multiple times, and like I said earlier, they're oxidized and scratched even on the inside and cracked. So, but these Lexus headlights are $1,800 a piece, so no thank you. I'll deal with the oxidation on my old car. Well, there you go. Now I'll wash it off. Don't want this polishing stuff staying on my car or paint. You don't have to worry about it if you're not using a polishing pad. It doesn't splash around with just elbow grease and a towel. But as soon as you put on that polishing pad, depending on the speed, it starts to spray everywhere. So when you do remove it from your paint, be gentle, because you don't want to be scratching up your paint. Alright, so now for good measure, I'm going to take some polish, that you would use like for waxing up your paint, and put it on my headlights to help protect it. This also, this is Meguiar's brand. This is good. Mother's makes a good polish, but this is all I just happen to have around. So I'm going to use the Meguiar's brand and protect this put a little coat on there to help protect the oxidation and slow it up a little bit. The cool thing about doing it this way without doing it with the sanding pads is I'm not going through trying to eliminate all the scratches that came from the different grade sandpapers. Sometimes if you don't hold the drill correctly or the polisher, the sandpaper gets in and makes pretty deep scratches that are hard to get out. With this Mother's Mag aluminum polish, you don't get deep scratches. So all I'm doing now is just putting a little protective coat on it so that it doesn't oxidize so fast, and I don't have to try and deal with buffing out a whole bunch of small scratches that I wasn't able to get with like the 2000 grit sandpaper. So So, all you really need to do is mask it off. After you mask it off, take your mag wheel, your Mother's Mag aluminum polish, which apparently is fine enough to go ahead and take off all those scratches from the plastic, but not really leave major scratches. And it's much faster and far more cost effective, and I think it looks better. So that's it. After removing the tape and washing off all the excess aluminum paste that was stuck in the cracks, looks pretty decent. Now, I'm not some guy claiming to be an expert. I'm just a guy who saw a YouTube video where somebody used the aluminum polish, and the results look super simple and easy. You can do each one of your headlights within about a half an hour, and most of that time is taping up the edge and making sure you don't get that aluminum polish scratching against your paint or chrome. But pretty decent. Maybe a half an hour per. $6 for the whole container. You can probably do all sorts of mag and aluminum polish with that. $6. But anyway, hope this was helpful. Tried to make it short and sweet for people looking for a simple solution. As a reminder, this is what they look like before I took the mag and aluminum polish. So, big difference. If you have any suggestions for other people, put them in the comment section below. I'm not a YouTuber, could care less whether you like or subscribe to the video. But share this with somebody if you think it'd be helpful, and an easy, fast fix for these oxidized headlights. Remember, my headlights were really bad. You know, my car's been in the sun for like 12 years. But for those people who just got like slight oxidation without cracks inside of it, it'll look brand spanking new like on my Cadillac. Alright, hope you enjoyed.